जय शिला प्रभुपाद। Hare Krishna Nama Prabhu ki Jai. Welcome all of you for the 65th session of Soulful Japa. I'm very happy that many of you have been with me all through the 65 sessions. It's really a tapas, a yajna of the holy name, where all of us are together discussing how to please the Nama Avatara. So these 65 sessions are like a big Mahayajna that we are doing. It's not only going to benefit us, that yajna, this discussion is going to send waves of purification all over the world. This is not our saying, it is the saying of the Shastras. When the holy name is served, it brings auspiciousness to the entire earth. And now we are talking something about, not ordinary, inattentive, mindless japa. We're talking about mindful japa, spiritful japa, and ultimately soulful japa. Even to know these things, these stages of japa exist itself is a very big factor. They say 50% achievement is knowing, other 50% is doing. Now doing, yes, you can take your time. As far as mindful japa is concerned, we ensure that we started practice during this session itself, and we have come to almost crossing 45 days or 50 days of mindful japa. And I want all of you to send me, if any of you are having difficulty in keeping your attention together in an energetic japa, not tiring japa, energetic japa, then you should please, I told you when some of you had that problem, I told you it will go away after you understand what is tasking and you take tasking delight, that whatever little shortfall you are feeling, the mind goes here and there, all will be tackled very easily if you understand what is tasking delight. And for that, a lot of explanation have been given to generate that delight, a lot of absolute thoughts, Krishna conscious thoughts about why the Lord is pleased with all those things. In module 27, 28, 29, 30, I have explained all these things, and this should give you, if those who have read it, see, I would request you that if you are serious, you should follow this process. You should read these things. Several times you should read it, and then it will go into your system, and then it will come as a background feeling. Okay? Because tasking delight is a feeling. Tasking doing, yes, tasking effort. Just like, concurrent chanting, come hearing between the beats, you give little effort, go to the next one and build up. Right? Build up without pleasure, without feeling. But I am saying that you are already doing. If I don't tell also that tasking is doing, otherwise you won't finish 16 rounds. You are doing tasking. But tasking as a feeling component of it, it's an impulse of a feeling. That feel good is there after building up, one after the other, one after the other. It's like eternal building bank account, pleasing Krishna more and more and more. So these are the things that I have explained to you about it. So anyway, today we will do, before I start today, I would like to tell you, I had told you that what is a practice for background feelings. For background feeling, practice is not during japa, it is off japa time practice. What is that? Off japa time practice. What do you want? You want, when you do japa, if you trigger a feeling, that feeling should come without effort, it should stay in your background mind. And it should connect to the Nama that is being chanted. Isn't it? Say you want to feeling of respect to every Nama that is coming. Then you should have developed the feeling of respect, the reasons for respect, everything should have gone into your system. And as soon as you think, okay, I want to offer respect to my Lord today. Today's my entire japa is, background will be respect. Or today you take up the japa and you say, my background should be today fully on the feeling of purpose. Which means you can go and read the previous night, you read that 2-3 times that module on purpose. When you read that, next day automatically you don't have to do anything because you already determined that today's japa is going. That itself is a trigger. Today's japa background is this. Purpose. Because you have read so much about it, it has become a thought feeling, one feeling, the feeling of sense of purpose, and immediately that feeling will play in the background. Okay. So please remember, for foreground japa, I have given you a practice module. What should be done for 30 days with Prabhupada's tape playing, spliced tape with golden commands playing in the background like a child. Simply follow those commands of Prabhupada. At the end of 30 days, your mindful japa, mind slice is ready if you do it properly. So now what about background? Again, background is not any online practice like that. Background is about feeding your subconscious with these truths, and these truths transform into feelings and they become thought feelings or bhavanas. Okay. Now let me revise everything that I have explained to you, because so many things we have talked in 50-60 sessions. Once in a while I need to refresh everything. So today I will go through the refresher items and you will feel good that you have learnt and grasped so many things. And then some things which are lying unconnected, they all come together and they connect in your mind. Oh, now I understand where these things come. Okay, come on, put that slide. Okay, so this is a refresher. Japa has 2 parts: doing and knowing activity. Doing is in the foreground mind, doing and knowing activity in the foreground mind, and feeling activity is background mind loaded from the subconscious mind. Yes, it's very clear now. There are 3 things. We have a foreground mind, we have a background mind, we have a subconscious mind. And foreground mind is a executing mind or an action mind, which does the job. So what is the activity? It's an activity mind. That activity is that of doing and knowing, chanting and hearing that very chant. That is a foreground mind's activity. One doing activity and one knowing activity. Then we have feeling activity. Background mind, what does it do? It has got feeling activity. Activity means it's not activity. It is feeling. I would not say that there's no movement of feelings. It's just maybe 1 or 2 feelings maybe there, but not a whole crowded set of feelings and all that. Then immediately your foreground mind will become active. So it's not activity, it is feeling. I'll correct it. Can you correct that? So feeling. Background mind has got feelings. And what is japa is uninterrupted. Yeah, thank you. Japa is uninterrupted tasking of concurrent chanting cum hearing by the foreground mind, driven by 3 things: purpose of achieving completeness of Satchidananda, desire to please each nama, and the intention is to connect with each nama. That means first is intention. Even though purpose is on the top, when it comes to actual action, intention is to connect. That is where our linking thing comes. Linking direction. You link chanting and hearing together. That connection, that is intention to connect. Okay? You recall all those things. To hear and chant the very same sound is called the linking direction. Not you only chant, you only hear. No. So intention to connect. That is the intention. And then the desire is desire to please each nama. You want to feel that each nama is pleased with your chant, with your delightful chanting and joyful hearing. Okay, so that is a desire to please. Now, if anybody wants to, now as far as these are also feelings in the background. Purpose, desire, intention, they are all in the background. They are the one who drive the japa. As I told you, spiritful japa requires these three things. So how to increase that? You have to, in your background mind, you read module 36. What was the module previous one? Yeah, you read module 36 for more understanding of purpose, desire, intention. Just simply reading that, you feel the connectedness. You'll see how each bead, I should try to, the intention, action intention is to connect. The immediate interrelationship feeling, interpersonal feeling is also to desire to please each nama, Prabhupada and Krishna, Guru and Krishna, by chanting and hearing simultaneously. And the purpose is overall purpose. You don't have to think of the purpose every time, because you know, entire thing is for feeling sense of completeness. During japa, you don't have to think. It is in the background. That's why you are doing japa. So it is gone into it. Once you read these things, it goes into it, and online on each bead you will have intention and desire. Intention and desire, intention and desire. That will drive the spirit. Okay. Then, so these three also are a kind of feelings. Purpose is a feeling, desire is a feeling, intention is a feeling. Okay. Then, doing delight to chant each nama is Hristam. We already told you. We already discussed that. Joy to hear each name is Ahlada. Delight to task between each bead is Utsaharasa. Hope, pleasure for mercy pervades the entire japa time, Kripa Apeksha. Now these are, this is also the spirit of japa. We discussed many times this. These rasas will become real only if you read about this, you hear about it. Why these things? So this you can cultivate in your mind if you read several times. Next one. Several times the module okay, there are modules 27 onwards, 27, 28, 29, 30. If you read those modules over several days, I will also give you a hint how to do this. Now itself I will tell you. Suppose you want to, your next 1 week you are deciding that this tasking impulse I want in the background. Then next 1 week, every day, previous night, or if you have time, don't do it. Previous night is better, because if you do early morning just before japa, you will think about it. So I don't want to think about it. I want you to feel about it. So you read about it and try to understand what is this tasking impulse. And next day you will see that in your background you will have tasking impulse, and foreground continuously will go on with these things. Now, like this, you take about, you read one module, 3 days you read. Then, for instance, in this there are several modules, 27 to 30. Next 3 days you read another set. Once again same thing. Like that you repeat this 3. Today one, tomorrow one. If there are 3 modules, one you read today, one you read tomorrow, one you read day after tomorrow. Then again, 4th day, again you read the first one, second one, like that you do 10 rounds. That means 30 days. 30 days completely this, your purpose of tasking, everything is going inside your subconscious mind. And not only that, when you're doing your 16 rounds, it starts participating the background feelings. And during this period, don't be in a hurry. Whatever effortlessly comes only is enough. First day it won't come. But at 8th, 9th, 10th day you will see spontaneously that feeling will come very deeply. So in the first day, second day, the feeling comes, fine. Little feeling is, even for one mala you get also, doesn't matter. Okay. But make sure that you don't turn your japa session into off japa meditation. Because off japa meditation, you have to sit and think about this. But during japa, you cannot think about it. Whatever comes, feeling is enough. Because during the japa, you have to offer the feeling to the nama who is appearing. The focus is the nama who is appearing. Why I should think of love of Krishna when Krishna is there? I should give love, no? I don't think of love of Krishna when God is before me. Isn't it? You don't think of respecting me when I am before you. You don't think of respecting, you respect me. You offer respect. So in the same way, during foreground japa, please, very important, these are all very important things during practice. Whatever feelings come, be patient. Don't you know that in 10 days, if you are practicing at the end of 10th, at the end of 30 days, you have done 10 times the reading of that module. You think the tasking impulse will not just consolidate in you and come out as a single feeling? It will. That is why so much is required to explain. Because so much you explain that your mind is involved, is absorbed in that for a long time, contemplation. Ultimately, those sentences are not what you want. It may be in 10, 15, 20 pages. That is not important. Finally, you will get the essence of it. You get the essence of it. That's the tasking impulse. So that is a method for practicing any background feelings. So, now come to the slide. Okay, now that is a foreground. In foreground there is only chanting and hearing. No, before that there is one more before this. Okay, right, all right. So background has got, first item, background has got what? Purpose, desire and intention. Now second set of feelings that the background has got is what? Delight, doing delight, joy in hearing, and delight to task between the beats. And then fourth one is and the hope, pleasure for the mercy of mercy pervading the entire time. It's not that between the beats or after the beats and during the beats, all that. Hope, pleasure of I will receive the mercy of the Lord. I want to receive the mercy of the Lord. That begging, that kripa, apeksha, begging, that is constantly in the background. That is the nature. So this is another set of feelings. Next is the spirit of japa. Next. Devotional feelings or sadbhavana in the background. Totally all of them are now being discussed. Okay. Now these are the things that I have still not discussed I would have touched here and there. But these items I have not been so far, modules have not been written. And so far I have not talked about it in detail, like how I have been talking about the foreground practice. So each of them I'll have certain modules reading that, thought feelings of humility, gratitude, respect, love, seeking forgiveness, helplessness, begging of mercy, surrender of the self, items of Krishna conscious happiness, so many. So all those things are they are called the interpersonal feelings in the background. So there are three types of feelings. Next. Okay, three types of feelings, let me tell you. Go to the next one and then come back to this. Next also. You see, three types of feeling are there. Feeling of truth, that is knowledge. Feeling of purpose, intention, desire and intention. Then interpersonal feelings. So, you can put one more or fourth. Make three the fourth one and put one in between one. Feelings of delight, joy, excitement, that is enthusiasm, excitement, hope. Yes. So the feelings, total in the background feelings are feelings of truth, that is faith, feelings of purpose, desire, intention, which we talk, feelings of delight, joy, excitement and hope, interpersonal feelings. Now go back to the interpersonal feelings. Previous one. Yes. So humility, gratitude, respect, these are all the things that in a soulful japa we have to offer to the Nama who is appearing before me, who is a recipient of all these things, who is the focus of all these things, who is the focus of the entire japa, who is the focus of the entire japa, not Krishna who is in Goloka Vrindavana, but Krishna who is on my tongue. Don't distance away. So we have to offer all these things to him. So that's a foundation is faith. First is faith feelings. If faith is not there, then nothing, everything crumbles. Everything becomes imagination. You need transcendental faith in what the Shastra says. Faith means a sense of, absolute truth. Sublime feeling that whatever the scripture says is truth. What is that? God is on my tongue. And he is the ocean of Satchidananda. Out of compassion, he has come onto my tongue. I am his part and parcel. I have to respect him. I have to be humble before him. I have to express gratitude. I have to seek forgiveness for any offenses to him. Even now, he is before me. I do not know how to treat him properly. Total helplessness in existence. Complete surrender. Begging for the mercy of the Lord. Surrender of the self. Then there is item of Krishna conscious happiness. What is the item of Krishna conscious happiness? So many items are there in Krishna conscious happiness. Simply that I am not this body, I am deathless itself is a sense of happiness. In other words, Bhakti Yoga is to be performed with a prasanna manasa. Evam prasanna manaso Bhakti Yoga prayojita. Prasanna manasa. Japa has to be done in a prasanna manasa. Prasanna manasa means spiritual happiness. There should be spiritual happiness behind. Happiness of being part and parcel of God. Happiness of being, eternally a relationship with him. Happiness of being deathless. Happiness of him protecting me. Happiness of him maintaining me. Happiness of him guiding me. This is Krishna conscious happiness. Happiness of relationship with Krishna is called Krishna conscious happiness. That also I will be speaking after speaking about 1 to 9, all the 9 items. After speaking, I will be speaking on few modules on what is happiness and pleasure, definition of happiness and pleasure, and then compare material happiness, material pleasures, then what is spiritual happiness, spiritual pleasures, and make you discover your real wealth of happiness which you already possess, which will always keep you blissful at your soul level. You are always blissful. Does not matter at the external world level, worldly level, so many ups and downs may be there, but still at the soul level you will have total peace and happiness. And that is a pre-qualification to relate with the Lord. Because Lord is all pleasure, Satchit Ananda. So we have to be in the same frame of mind with the Lord. So these are the Sadbhavana. Sad means what? Eternal. Bhavana means thought, feelings. So these are eternal thought, feelings, means it is all based on absolute truth. These are not simply generating feelings out of our heart. A lot of absolute thoughts are behind it. Why? You become humble because of understanding certain things. You feel gratitude because of real gratitude. Like that. Next. I'm giving you a summary. So what was the secret of mindful japa? Concurrent application of both doing effort to chant and knowing effort to hear on the same nama currently being manifest, and doing it with doing delight and hearing joy. This is perfection of activity on one bead. This is a perfection of activity on one bead. Secret of spiritful japa: task with tasking delight. Now the whole mala, tasking delight. And hope, pleasure for the flow of Satchidananda mercy from the Nama Prabhu. Okay? Very fundamental is a hope, pleasure. I explained to you in one of the modules, I think in the module 27, I have explained what is hope, pleasure. These kind of definitions, if you don't understand, you need to go there and see what is hope, pleasure. I gave the example of how if I announce there is a feast today evening, immediately you will start feeling happy about it. That means pleasure is in the evening when you get the feast. But your pleasure begins from the time you hear there is a pleasure. There is a hope. Hope I will get pleasure. Hope I'll get a pleasure is also a pleasure. Hope, pleasure. So we are tasking with hope, pleasure. I know Krishna, I am touching the ocean of Satchidananda. Satchit Ananda energy reciprocation, the Lord will make it flow into my heart. That hope. You should hope with hope, chant with hope. Because whenever there is hope, wherever there is hope, there is enthusiasm. If you don't have hope, there is no enthusiasm. So in tasking, enthusiasm comes because of the hope. And these are all not, we are not psyching ourselves up. There is really something to hope. That's why we are saying give hope. There is really something to be joy about associating with Nama, because it's Krishna's own name, God's own name. If you have faith, then there is joy in hearing His name. Secret of uninterrupted tasking. Then we talked about uninterrupted tasking. Chanting is like procuring the tastiest drink and to drink continuously through the years, nama after nama, and taking satisfaction in accomplishment and accumulation of seva. You got this? I have written all these things because when you have too many things I have spoken, then you need to slowly turn it into essential understanding of that, so that you can practice it. In the practice session on tasking, I have given this, that take a sip. It's like taking sip after sip after sip of a tasty drink. Each sip is one Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Next beat, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. It is so tasty, you want to do it? Before the other sip goes inside, you want to sip the next. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Automatically, when you have this paradigm in your mind, you will not leave any gap. Attention will not leak at all. Okay. So this is the secret of uninterrupted tasking. Next. Method of training the foreground mind. To prepare a new mind slice by practice of what exactly you want to do for 30 continuous days. In mindful japa, use golden commands of Srila Prabhupada to do concurrent chanting come hearing, and use diamond commands to re-anchor the mind if it goes away. That's it. This is foreground mind's training. Golden command. Chant and exactly same sound you hear. When you chant, you should hear. Change that can to chant. When you chant, you should hear. As soon as you chant, try to hear. Like this, so many, four quotes I have given. Not exactly same words, similar. Diamond quote. What was the diamond quote saying? If the mind goes off from japa, simply chant loudly, fix your doing effort back on the nama. Don't bother about bringing back the mind or attention, etc. If you apply this fresh chesta, the mind and the attention automatically follow chesta. This is superior method of mind control with the help of Shakti from Krishna. This is diamond command. Okay, next. Method of preparing the background mind. Convert absolute thoughts into thought feelings. How? Through reading and contemplation about the Japa Seva, Sevya, Sevak from these modules. Reading from Namamrita. When you understand what you read and think on your own, then your thoughts transform slowly into feelings. You get it? When you understand reading and when you think, oh yes, I understand. That's called contemplation. And then those thoughts transform slowly into feelings. Feelings of faith, feelings of reason. If you have reasons for why you should respect the Lord, feelings of respect. If you have enough reasons why you think the God has come on your tongue, you will have faith that He is on your tongue, feelings of faith. That's called truth feeling. Truth feeling. And as a consequence of that truth feeling, faith, then all the connected feelings, just like I said, most important person has come on my tongue. So I should receive him with delight, I should welcome him with delight, I should associate him with joy, I should serve him with enthusiasm, I should be constantly in hope that he will shower your blessings upon his blessings upon you. Isn't it? Just that paradigm, that most important person has come on your tongue. It is a matter of, it is an item of faith. So that faith there, and automatically these things come. So convert the absolute thoughts to thought feelings through reading and contemplation about japa, seva, sevya, etc. Finally, everything in the background is a feeling. Please remember this. That's why beginning the beginning slide also I said background and foreground. Japa means improving japa means improving foreground, improving background. Because ultimately japa is done by the combination of background and foreground mind. Foreground mind engages in activity of chanting and hearing concurrently the nama of the Lord, and the background mind is connecting to each of those nama with certain feelings. The three categories of feelings. So feelings of truth, feelings of purpose, desire, intention, feelings of delight, joy, enjoyment, excitement and hope. Interpersonal feelings. So the interpersonal feelings is what I told you about, all those things: respect, love, and those nine interpersonal feelings. The other feelings are different kind of feelings: purpose feelings, and doing delight, and truth is a faith feeling. So four kinds of feelings there in the four different kinds of faith, not four feelings, four kinds of faith. Feelings are there in the background mind. In any activity, you take any activity. If you want to soulfully do any activity, of course, soulfully you cannot do material activity. Let us say you want to do mindfully material activity. Then you need all these things. If somebody in this world is succeeding in something, then he has all these things. He has given his energies to all these energies to it. Then only he will succeed. If he doesn't give that, for instance, you see, purpose, intention, desire, delight, joy, excitement, hope, all these feelings are there, only you can do also service to the Lord. Like karmis have all these things, they give to achieve different things. Is it not? A young entrepreneur, if he wants to succeed, then he needs all these things. Next. If you want to offer Hrishtam, Ahlad, Utsaha and Kripa Apeksha, read module 27 to 30 several times for several days and think about it. If you want to offer purpose, desire, intention, read module 36 and 37 several times for several days and think about it. If you want to offer faith, then you read module 1 to 12 about Savior. If you want to offer different items of interpersonal feelings, please read modules 60 to 108, not yet done, to be posted several times for several days and think about it. So finally, these 108 modules will be a complete packet for Soulful Japa by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada and Nama Prabhu. Next. Practical tip for starting the daily japa. This also is a very important thing. You may know so many theories, but there is a starting problem. You want to start, okay, there's a starting problem. Yesterday we discussed elaborately about this. Every day our mind has got different kinds of traffic, and some of them they can come very forcefully to engage your prana. They want your prana. They won't allow you to give your prana to Nama. Prana means all these things. All these things put together, you can say prana. They want everything. They want your full attention, your desire, your hope, your this, everything they want. Maya will pull that out, pull you out. So therefore, there is a starting problem. It's only a starting problem because we already discussed chanting come hearing gives you Divya Chesta Ruchi, Jnana Chesta Ruchi. And when you add tasking to it, you get Kriya Karya Chesta Ruchi. Those two ruchis are very powerful. But provided, just like the car engine is very powerful, provided the petrol is burning and it is driving, it is turning the engine. When the car is standing still, petrol is in the petrol tank, engine is there ready to fire. But if we don't press the self starter, which will, by battery power, it will bring fuel to the chamber. It will spark the plug. Before that, it will turn the piston. The engine itself, the crank is turned by the battery power, and then suddenly fuel catches fire. Then it starts. Then it is running on fuel power, not on battery power. So similarly, japa finally has to be on fuel power. What is fuel power? Power is coming from the Nama Prabhu. Okay, fire is coming from the fuel power is coming from Nama Prabhu in the form of pleasant, divya, atma chesta ruchis. It's kind of empowerment rasa. You taste it, you taste doing it. Okay. So first what you have to do, now whenever you take your japamala, fix the number of rounds to be done in that sitting. Let us even practice today onwards. Okay, when we do Prabhupada, one mala with Prabhupada, we should tell ourselves, now I am going to do one mala in this sitting, like that. Pray to Srila Prabhupada and Nama Prabhu to gift you continuous association. That means I don't want my attention to break away. 2. Offer anchoring tapasya to lock the attention with desire and determination. For desire and determination is very important. Why? Forget about whether I am trained or not trained. If I tell you to do something exactly, you can always do it with your determination for some time, not for a long time. You may get tired. Anybody who cannot do mindful japa, let's say he is finding it difficult, but you tell him, Look, next 10 beats, let me see. 10 beats, be determined. 10 beats, your attention should be there only. Chanting and hearing chanting. If he pulls up his determination, he can easily do it. So our determination has got value. But it has no value to, that determination is like a battery power. It has no value to, if you don't do concurrent chanting, come hearing, no value. If you don't get the strength from the Nama by concurrent chanting, come hearing, you cannot do your 16 rounds energetically. It will be fully dragging you, which is nothing new for us. It is a practical experience. Then yesterday we discussed about different kinds of enemies, different enemies during japa. That also we should know. Thinking during japa to solve problems, thinking for daily what to do, planning, plan making, thinking for creative ideation, thinking in hankering for for something material, thinking in lamenting for something material, thinking of past enjoyable moments, thinking of future enjoyments, thinking as in worrying, thinking as in aimless wandering of the mind. Okay, change that wandering of the mind. So basically, we have, I have covered the main things, all the links in all the modules that are very, modules is very voluminous, but sometimes it's good to get a big picture of where we are going, how far we have come, and how further we have to go. Okay, so meantime we have gone a lot as far as two feelings are concerned: purpose, desire, and intention. Therefore, read those 2 modules. Whenever you want, you please make your own program. Make your program. So nicely you have trained foreground mind. Now also you have to train your background mind off japa time. On tasking, beautiful 4 things are there. 4 modules have been written. Today morning I was reading just going through those 4. So well connected, so nicely by Prabhupada and Namak Prabhu's mercy. It gives a very clear inspiration for somebody to give a tasking impulse after reading that. And then, so the material for developing tasking impulse is already there. Please, so you can start your practice for that if you want. Also, the material for purpose, desire, and intention is also there. I have given it in 36 and 37. 37, you remember? I changed the title of 37 to Letter from Prabhupada, Letter from Srila Prabhupada to you. That where Prabhupada is telling how you lost your Krishna, how you lost your Satchidananda consciousness. Many of you read it and found it very nice. Means it goes into your heart and makes you. Conclusion is what? By this japa, I will feel a sense of completeness. Existence will be complete. Satchidananda completeness I will feel. That you will get. So the material for purpose, desire, intention, and the connection between them, 3. What is the connection between them? They look all similar, but what is the connection? All that I have described in those 2 modules. So for those 2, you can start anytime you want. One at a time you can start. Let us say you start with Kristam, Harlada, and Utsaha, all those things, tasking delight. Those 4 modules you read. Because there are 4 modules there, you can take 4 days, 1 day each. And then again start after 5th day, again you start 1, 2, 3, 4. Let it go on, no, like that, let it go 10, 15 cycles. Don't worry, now whatever I am speaking, you hear whenever you are hearing the lectures. I may be talking about faith, I may be talking about love, I may be talking about respect, I may be talking about it, that you hear. But on your own, every day you read the tasking thing. Because just like chanting and hearing concurrent has become consolidated by the golden quotes. Similarly, tasking also. the quote for tasking, for practicing tasking, so many different inspirations I given what Prabhupada says, building up the counts and all those things. And another one I found Rupa Goswami's. Yesterday I gave that Rupa Goswami's quote, which is 1 minute. A very nice quote. It was not there before. I added it in the module 27. Sometimes this search works, sometimes search doesn't work. It's there.
So you got it on screen.
Yes. See this verse from Rupa Goswami Sri Padyavali, verse 30. O Lord, just as a miser continuously collects, counts and remembers his money, in the same way let us continually collect, count and remember your holy names. See, so nice. The same thing that we were discussing. It's like taking in, drinking, not to leave even one. So anyway, I'm just telling you that don't get lost, because many have asked, very nice foreground ho gaya, training now. Prabhu, what about the background? Okay, background, material for purpose, desire and intention is already there in module 36 and 37. For tasking, impulse, for Krishna, for delight, in doing delight, in chanting, joy in hearing, enthusiasm and hope in tasking. These things are already there in module 27 to 31. Okay, and then we go on to the rest of the modules, feelings, which I have not. Faith generally, yes. Faith also about holy name. In the beginning, 10, 12, a lot I have repeated, and by now you know very clearly the nama on your tongue is an omnipotent, empowered shabda, and because the Lord has descended into it, it is like an electrified wire. These things, that is why the reason for that, bring that Shraddha. Shraddha is a foundation of chanting, foundation of japa. That is the reason first 15, 18, 20 modules I have spent on just to develop that Shraddha that God is before you. Finish. The most compassionate Lord is before you, and how to feel His presence. All those things we have discussed. Okay. So then we'll take some questions today. No, we need to do our japa now and then questions. Okay, so someone told me that Bhakti Vinod Thakur has told you don't keep your japa mala outside open. I have also heard that, but here it is among the devotees. But I know the reason why. Anyway, I want to ask that devotee, if you get the quote, you please send the exact quote. But I know that he has said that. But I also know why he has said that. He has said because this tapas that you are doing, chanting, the various entities in the entities, they'll steal this punya out of this. You are doing punya, they'll steal this punya credit from you. Even demigods will steal. Demigods are very punya conscious, no? Wherever punya, just like man is very money conscious in this world, demigods are very punya conscious. Punya they want, they'll take. Okay. So anyway, that is a reason. So I will not open. I'll chant in my bead. Start. Namah Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta
Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare.
When you chant, you must hear also.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare.
Chanting must hear. Hare Krishna, you must give attention to hear.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare.
As soon as you chant Hare Krishna, you hear it, then your mind becomes locked up.
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare, Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare.
If you're a Christian, as Prabhupada said, it's okay if you follow exactly what Jesus said. Hallowed be thy name. The holy name is to be worshipped, is to be glorified, even as per the Christian faith. So nobody is forcing anybody to believe in Krishna mantras. It requires a lot of background understanding, which I cannot do in this short time. You will, just like thousands of people who have come to Krishna consciousness movement, who are from Christian background, if you ask them, have you left Christianity? They will say, no, I am a true Christian now. Because they understood. They have understood who is, they understood how Jesus Christ is the Son of God. All this they have understood. And then who is the Father also they have understood. And then Krishna is the Supreme Father. And that name of Krishna is holy. These things. So here in this case, nobody is converting anybody. Like Prabhupada said, I have never converted anybody to Hinduism and all. This is about truth. Krishna means all attractive. What is the understanding of, what is the meaning of Krishna? He's all attractive. God has to be all attractive, no? God has to be all bliss. Rama means all bliss. So this is not a place where you're forcefully making people believe. You don't believe it, no? You believe only if you have reasons. So you should give time for me to tell all the reasons. You read all Prabhupada's books, you will understand. You want the answer, you will get there. In one line, I cannot tell. So you read all of Prabhupada's book or read Science of Self-Realization by Prabhupada, then he will explain what is Krishna and Krishna mantras. Okay? Anyway, thank you for attending this session and asking this question. I hope you will read Prabhupada's books. It's worth, you will understand. You will see no conflict. Practices may be conflicting, but the principle doesn't conflict. Please understand. Because the goal of Christianity and goal of Vaishnavism is to develop love of God. Goal is same, love of God. Processes may be different. Just like in India itself, there are love of God. There are so many sampradayas which all teach love of God. Many Vaishnava sampradayas are there. Okay. Hare Krishna. Can you elaborate further what's happening during attention connection? In attention connection, your soul gets connected to Nama Prabhu. Can you be aware about that connection? Why you are being aware about that connection? You please be bothered about what comes through that connection. You want water from the pipeline, or you want water from the pipeline, or you want to know what is in pipe made out of? Whether it is what is the constitution of the pipe and all those things. No. Simply you need to know that there has to be connection and connection. Please. Once you go beyond all this, this is called jnana, unnecessary jnana. Stop this. It is not helping you in better japa. If so, who is a knower of this connection has already attention which is spiritual? Is this connection like observer in Newton double slit experiment has introduced electron behave differently? Will you please come and sit with me on the double slit experiment and all these things, observer on collapsing the wave equation, all those things, and its connection with japa also I have found out. I can tell you all those things. But there is no need for all these things. Okay? You will get confused. Next. Module 57, you mentioned regarding threshold austerity that it requires a lot of progress. What progress is this? Just now I have checked in my module. It's a mistake. It requires a lot of practice, not progress. I'll change that. Thank you for pointing out. I'll change that. When it is mentioned that Lord's name, form, pastimes, abode, device, service, etc., everything is absolute in nature, then why remembering of the pastimes of the Lord or about his service is considered as interruption during japa? This I will answer in one line, but 2-3 modules are dedicated for that. You go and read that. You search the module. Why you should not think about the pastimes of the Lord, as sadhaka should not think about the pastime during japa. So whole module is written. You can basically the point is the nama. If my mind is pure, then no problem. Chanting, remembering, working for the Lord, all are in the same. There is no difference between japa and there is no difference between telling somebody about japa. Is as good as japa. Because it's all absolute. But when my mind is not ready, especially in this Kali Yuga, the Lord has said, particularly, I will give extra kripa through the nama, so that even if you are disqualified, you can touch me. This is Nama Avatar. That's all I'm saying. Technically, yes, they are absolute. If you can touch, fine. You don't have to do only this. You can just think of Krishna's Leela only. Please read that. It's very important to understand this. There is a whole, because it looks a little contradictory, you know. How will you say that when I chant Krishna's name, I should not think of Krishna's Leela? This is why Gurus, you should follow exactly what Guru said, the signs. Nittil go this way, that way, then you go on your own, you will not get the progress. Specifically, Prabhupada was asked this question. Prabhupada said, no, better to hear. If in between attention leakage is there, then how to feel success, delight after that bead and further microtasking. Doesn't matter, you carry on. No, see, little failure here and there, it doesn't matter. You should be happy with 80%, 90% success. Eventually, ultimately, as I explained, this 100% association with the Lord's mercy has to come. It will come. So don't be so pakka like that in that sense. You know, oh, little attention leak happened. No, you should be happy about how much attention, so much I have, about almost 99% I could be attentive. Be happy. Mind is little defective. Mind is not so easy to handle. What is the difference between soul happiness and soul pleasure, or Krishna conscious happiness and Krishna conscious pleasure? You read, there are a set of happiness and pleasure modules in Sadhu Sangha. You please read all those things. If you read, then you can understand. Such big concepts in one line you cannot answer. I cannot answer. You cannot expect an answer also. I have given 21 sessions, 21 modules are there. 21 video sessions are there in Sadhu Sangha on what is material happiness, what is spiritual happiness, what is material pleasure, what is spiritual pleasure, everything I have explained there. Sometimes I chant very fast and attention is locked, but worried that I must be missing the word. That you cannot miss. And then what I focus on words, attention goes away. Should I continue japa when attention is locked? You should continue japa, but if you are missing any words, it's not good. So you please put your recorder on, your mobile on, and you hear your own, you do your japa. After japa, you please do your old, study your japa. whether any Hare is missing or whatever it is. If it's missing, then you have to practice it properly. Can you please share the slides? Very nicely summarized. Thank you for summarizing. Yeah, we will do that. Share that. How repeated reading helps in converting a thought to feeling? Can't we read it once or twice nicely and contemplate on it? And okay, twice is also repeated, no? What is this question? If you are so absorbing, one reading is enough. Then you can, your memory is so much, you don't have to read again and again, you can think again and again. Grateful to you for your divine efforts, insight to help guide us in chanting. Today's recap on key aspects of chanting is just great and quite handy. Please post the key aspects on Telegram. Could you please explain anchoring tapasya as referred in practical tips? Yes, you want to know about anchoring tapasya, you have to read the previous module itself. Yes, module 57. I have explained what is that. Okay? Right. Can you please share this? Yes, we'll do that. So thank you very much. We'll see you again tomorrow. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna Nama Prabhu Ki Jai.